Hello everyone. Hey, this is A.G. Price, the General, and I just wanted to do a video today to talk about me, not necessarily the coins or community, but just where I am, what I'm going through, so that people know. I'll try not to ramble, try not to stray off course, I guess you should say. So back in 2019 I started having issues doing my job, so as things progressively got a little worse, I told my employer that I was thinking of leaving because I wasn't doing my job. That wasn't fair to either one of us. So I started doing stuff here at my house, making diamond screens and stuff, and that turned out to be pretty good. And back in November of 2020, I was having some issues with I'd cough or something and it would disrupt my vision, and sometimes it would even make me not function. Had some other issues, like I could just be sitting there on the laptop and all of a sudden I'd just like get super tired, almost like narcoleptic type deal, to where you just like take a nap out of nowhere, and when I'd come back to, everything would be fine. Well, one day in about the middle of December, before Christmas, I stood up in the kitchen and I coughed twice, and it was not like few hard ones or nothing, it was just coughing twice. And next thing you know, I woke up in the middle of the kitchen floor with Stacy above me, and yeah, so that kind of motivated me to go see a doctor. I've never been a doctor person too much, so I got insurance and made an appointment, and they gave me an appointment on the 15th of January. When I walked in, he noticed I was laboring on my breathing, and they immediately put me on oxygen. Checked my pulse ox level, which at the time was 80. Now, for those of you that don't know, that's the amount of oxygen flowing in your blood, and normal people that doesn't have any issues usually runs 98 to 100, and mine was at 80. So then they started giving me a breathing treatment with albuterol in a nebulizer, and then we went back and he did a chest x-ray. I come back and I was still on oxygen and stuff. And then he come in after the x-ray was developed, starts asking me about my work history, and I tell him I was in the construction trades my whole life, and he said, have you been around asbestos or chemicals or like welding gases and all kinds of stuff like that? And I said, yeah, my whole life. He said, well, come here, let me show you something. So he showed me my x-ray, and he said, see all this? You see these spots over here? Yeah. Well, these spots over here are good spots. All the rest of this, it's scarring of the lung tissue. And he turned around, looked at me, and he says, I can't help you. You need to go to the ER now. Somebody there, they will get you on the right track. I don't care which one you go to, just go. So I left. I went and told my wife we got to go, so we did. And we went to the hospital, walked in the emergency room. They put me in a triage room, started working on me. And I had probably 10, 12 people in the room at any given time. Constantly, they were all doing something different. Checking me for stuff, taking my blood, whatever. And then they checked me in the hospital. I was there for 7 days on a high flow oxygen and giving me antibiotics, steroids, all that stuff, whatever. Well, they come in toward the last day or two of my stay and told me I had IPF, which is idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. The idiopathic means that it's just what it sounds like. They're idiots because they can't figure out what caused it. But it is a progressive disease. It is terminal, and there's only the medicine that I take slows it down, but it doesn't stop it. Nothing does. And the only way to fix it, I guess, would be to get a lung transplant. I was fortunate enough to get a company that I can't show you the name, of course. I don't want to get a copyright strike or nothing, but they got me hooked up with this medicine that I don't pay for. Actually, it's $7,000 a month, and it slows it down. So they scheduled me for an evaluation. It was supposed to take place in June, and about 3.5 weeks prior they canceled it, said my insurance wouldn't cover it. And that's another story for another time, but I later found out that wasn't the case. They didn't actually check. So anyway, I finally got things situated through appeals and stuff to get my evaluation rescheduled, which is now the 16th of August. Hence, that's why I'm doing things on my end to try to accommodate that trip and stuff. And several other people have done it a lot too as well, and I appreciate every single bit of it. But if I get the evaluation, it'll be determined whether I'm a candidate or not and be put on the transplant list. I've been told by several physicians that I'm technically an ideal candidate because outside of my lungs, I have 0 other health issues, no allergies, nothing like that they would have to be concerned with in making the judgment or whatever. My blood type is the only hurdle, so to speak, because I have a very rare blood type, and although I'm a universal donor, I'm not a universal recipient. So with that being said, basically my end goal is to hopefully get that transplant and make it through there, come out on the other side. And I'm doing things one day at a time, and I just wanted it put out there that this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going through. And I know the video's long, and I'm sorry, but I didn't want anybody to be assuming things or whatever. I just want people to know what's going on so that they're aware why things are the way they are. Everybody's support has been tremendous. Can't thank you enough for that. And the coin community, my friends, family, it's what's keeping me going now, and Stacy. And so now that that's said, thank you for watching. And this is the General. You're dismissed.